Hey trappers, Dale Billingsley here, Billingsley Brand Lures. So first off, I'd like to apologize for not getting a video put out in here the last 2 or 3 days. For those of you that don't know yet, I had to put my old trapline dog Midget down Sunday evening, and it's been pretty rough around our house the last few days. You don't realize how attached you get to them, and when you work with them every day and they're riding the truck with you every day, they become a partner as well as family. And I'm not going to lie, it's been pretty rough on me. But anyway, nonetheless, I apologize for not getting one out sooner than today. So we'll jump right off into it. A few days ago, I put a video out about using large baits and snaring. So there were some things that I forgot to mention in that video. And I kind of want to touch on those things today because they're very important. And I should have put them in the first video and I didn't. So this is part 2 of that video. So the things I want to touch on are picking your baits. Okay? If let's say you're getting deer, you're going to use a whole carcass deer for a bait. You want to make sure that deer has either been shot, it was a cripple that somebody didn't recover, or it's a roadkill, or maybe it's scraps off of butchering, from butchering a deer, processing a deer. Do not use one that you found just laying dead somewhere, okay? The reason that is if that deer has had a disease such as CWD or blue tongue, something of this sort, nothing, and I mean nothing, will touch that deer. Okay, so that's something very important. You need to make sure that deer is clean of any diseases. You can find them laying all over the country that have tipped over from CWD or blue tongue, something of that sort. Turkey buzzards won't even touch them. Okay, so make sure that the deer is shot, or it's a roadkill, or it's processed from scraps from processing a deer. Same goes with livestock, okay? If that livestock has had any kind of injections from medications, you don't want it, all right? You want something that's either tipped over naturally or something that, scraps from a locker. I get a lot of scraps from a locker, boys. I got to deal with them. I just back up to the loading dock. They wheel the barrels out there, load them on the truck. I take them, dump them, bring their barrels back the next time, and replace them with fresh scraps. That is really, really good bait. It's usually small enough you can handle it. It's a lot of bones, a lot of fat trimmings, which are good bait because they are, canines and felines both actually are at that time of the year when it's hard times on coyotes and cats. They're craving that fat. They need that for the calories. They need that for the energy. So that trimmings from the locker from a butcher shop are really, really good bait piles. Just make sure that it hasn't. If you get something from a farmer, from a livestock producer, make sure it hasn't had been shot with any antibiotics or vitamin B, vitamin D, new floor, Dex, anything like that. Because again, if it has been, they won't touch it. They can smell it in there and they will not touch it. So those are a couple of things to keep in mind. Same way if you're using skunk carcasses. If you're throwing skunk carcasses out there that have been killed with a syringe pole and they've used acetone, they won't touch it. So, if you're getting them from your buddies, the best thing to do is ask them to use like vodka or something like that instead of acetone. If they use vodka, those critters will go ahead and eat it. But the best ones, the absolute best ones, are your roadkills or your ones from your trap line that you've shot. Those are the best carcasses. And as I stated before, the best thing to do with those carcasses when you first start is to open up that stomach cavity. Open that up and get those gases and get the juices flowing. And if you're going to hook onto it and drag it back somewhere, like it's a 1,200-pound dead cow, let's just say. Open that thing up the minute you get inside the gateway. Open that stomach cavity up, and then drag it back. Same with a whole carcass deer. Stick a knife in there, open it up just like you would if you were going to gut it, and then hook onto it and drag it back there. It works a whole lot better, and those animals will respond to it a whole lot faster for you than it will if you just leave it intact. Okay? So those are just a few things I wanted to touch base with again, or touch base on that I forgot in the first video. I apologize for that. I should have put them in there, and I didn't. Guys, I appreciate you tuning in. I appreciate you watching. If you would please, if you're new here and you haven't already, if you would please hit that subscribe button for me, hit that thumbs up, hit that notification bell, share these videos. It means a lot to me if you do that. Not just only my channel, but all the other outdoor channels as well. It lets YouTube and the algorithm know that you like this kind of content. Also, if you would please just, I don't know. I was going to say something, now I lost my train of thought. So, anyway, thanks again, guys. Appreciate it. Once again, this is Dale Billingsley with another one. Signing out.